Hi Brian, this is a video of how to clean your stove. This could potentially be the shittiest video that you will ever see on instructions, but we're going to try. The first thing you're going to want to do is open up the grate to your stove. So bear with me as we do all of it. Once your grate is open, leave the window closed and pull this knob out a few times. It actually releases a lot of ash into this thing, but you don't want to have the door open. So you see it comes out, it comes in, you can use your fingers, not a big deal. Push it all the way in. Now you can release the latch over here and open up your stove. There's several things you want to pay attention to, but we'll start from the top to the bottom. Underneath here, if I pull out a little, right directly here is a little tray. You're actually going to push up and pull it right out. But there's a ton of ash in there, so you'll see it be removed right there. You can just dump. Ooh, a little tough to get out. But pay attention to how you pull things out because they gotta go exactly how they go back in. I'm just gonna place it on the floor. I find that the easiest thing you can do, there are these cylinders up there, if you can see them kind of. They're very, very filthy. One of the easiest things you could do is take a 69-cent paintbrush and give it a brushing. That'll remove a ton of ash. I'm not gonna do the rest of this for you, but pay attention to right where I'm scraping in. There's like a little ledge here. You'll get a ton more ash. Turn the brush sideways. There's a lot of ash to be gotten off of there. Another thing you can do is brush down these walls up here. It's a little tough to see, but you also have this grate in the back. This is removable. You can actually lift. I'm not going to do it, but you can actually lift and pull it out, and you get a flat wall. You can brush down the ash. Actually, I'll just do it anyway. See how it lifts up? Lift and pull out. It's another wall that comes out. Like I said, just pay attention to how you got it out. Sorry about the camera. Again, you could just use your brush to brush down the ash. See the difference? These, I believe the side ones also come out, but I don't think ours do. I think we've had a lot of problems with them in the past. So if we move down towards the bottom, you have a ton of ash down there. Just dump it right in through the grate. Get rid of it, because I want to get into that. A little bit dusty, obviously. Now you want to check to make sure that there's no pellets left over in the little tray bucket here. It's a little tough to see, but okay, here's the tray bucket. You can actually reach in and pull this thing out completely. That I would clean outside. You get a lot of the grit and the grime in there. A little tough to see. Again. Okay. So in there is one extra plate that you're actually going to want to get out. And I will use the vacuum cleaner, just we're not quite there yet. There's this mini, you see the grate with the little holes? You got to get that out if you can. Sometimes it's finicky and sometimes it's not. I'm going to wedge it out. Ugh. See, I have one side up. I can't get the other side out right now. I don't know why. Tom always does this for me. It's not locked, so all you have to do is wedge it out. But clearly that is not going to be a possibility for me right now. So I'm going to leave that. But yours should come out without a problem. Otherwise, I just shove the vacuum down there. It's a closed port, so all you have to do is suck the ash out. Another thing that you can do to make your life a lot easier, right down here, you're not going to be able to see it, but right where my finger is, there are two screws. They're not like screws like a Phillips or a flathead, but they use they're like a hexagonal nut. Just be wary of that. If you're going to strip them, I wouldn't even bother removing them. We clean it without removing it, but just giving you FYI, your life would be a lot easier if you can get them out, but you don't want to strip them because I don't think you can just use regular screws in there. You can push everything else through the grate here. I actually try and knock off some of the ash on the side walls. And then I actually use the vacuum through the vents to pick up all the dust through there. But I knock whatever I can all the way down to the bottom on both sides. And get this big chunk of nugget. There it goes down there. One of the things that I do is I actually use a bar spoon. Makes my life a little easier. But I stick it through the grate. You'll see there's like a shelf on the side. You just gotta look actually. You'll see the big shelf of ash. You can knock it all down to the bottom, and it might help you. I'm trying to do a better lighting, but it's not that easy. There we go. Okay, so once you get through all that, and you clean that all out, there is another little button. Oh, and I don't know if you could really see it. It's in between the shelving plate. There you go. Is that it? I can't see it. It's right here. Sorry, it's in between this thing and the little plate here. A little tough to see, but you can actually grab it with a plier and pull it in and out, but it must be in before you light. Don't forget that. That is what actually holds in that other piece that I can't get out. That little circly piece is held in by this little button piece on the very, very bottom. You'll see it's 2 screws on the left and the right, and then in the center you can pull it out. You manipulate that, you should be able to get the other piece out. After that is all said and done, make your life a little easier, you can go down towards and release the ash box down here. And what happens is after the ash box, you open it up, you pull the ash box out, clean that out from behind. If you reach your hand above where the ash box comes out, there's a ledge, run your hand along and grab all the ash out of there. Then you should be fine. Don't forget to put everything back as it is. Remember, this bottom piece, this button you can't see, has to be in, and so does the top button, has to also be in. This thing has to be in before you do anything else. Make sure every component is back together, and you should be good. I hope this helped you for the most part. Don't forget that you want to clean your window. You can use Windex, but spray it only on the paper towel and not directly on the window, because you don't want to get anything moist or like wet and then have to fire up the stove. Another thing they said that could malfunction your stove is this thing right here, which is the heat rope, I guess. And what you want to do is just vacuum it out a little bit and just be wary. But once that goes, your stove won't light up as a precautionary measure, but it's really inexpensive to replace. Let me know if you have any other questions. Hope it was a little helpful. I'm going to clean the rest of my stove. Bye.